My 19F sister, 25, had her first baby a few weeks ago. My mom sometimes went over to her house to help out, and my sister would sometimes come over while her husband was at work. The other day, she came over, and our mom was out doing some grocery shopping. She put the baby down to sleep and asked me to keep an eye on her so she could take a quick shower. I told her that wasn't my responsibility, and she told me that I didn't have to stay with the baby, but only check on them in case they were awake. I told her that she can wait till mom came home to shower, and reminded her that she chose to have a baby, not me. She got upset and left to go check on her baby again. My mom came home and went to check on my sister. She later got mad at me asking why I didn't just help my sister this one time. I told her it wasn't my responsibility and she can't expect me to take care of someone else's baby. While you are correct that the baby is not your responsibility, you come across as a totally self-indulgent, self-important, unless your sister has been a total B** to you your entire life, doing nothing with you or for you, never a favor, never a nice thing, then you have zero reason to not do her a very small favor and listen for her baby while she took a shower, not while she went to work or shopping or a nappy shower. Plus, it took more effort for the refusal than to just say okay, the baby is asleep. If it wakes up, knock on the bathroom door and tell the sister. It's not like she's asking you to be a wet nurse or something. Info: are you being fucking serious right now? Iter for the bot. Op sounds like they got their rules for life from this subreddit. Thankfully they're sane responses this time, but Reddit is usually so weird about stuff like this. Like yeah, they chose to have a baby, and it's their responsibility, but you can be a decent human sometimes, and do stuff you don't need to do. I fully believe Op came on here expecting to be totally validated. I think it's also time for you to move out, since you're so grown. You're 19, it's not your mom's responsibility to house you any longer. Iter. Edit. OMG, thank you kind internet strangers for the coin/awards. This 100% funny how she didn't realize that. Iter. It wasn't going to kill you to watch a sleeping newborn for 15 to 20 minutes once. Geez, you sound like a spoiled brat. If you need your sister to do you any kind of small favor, I hope she remembers this. My 11-year-old sister once watched the baby monitor for me while I took a shower. I expected her to kinda flood the task, showered in record time, was back out in 7 minutes. She'd paused her show and laser focused on the monitor because she was a kid and didn't realize that wasn't what I meant. My 18-year-old brother would have happily watched my kid for me while I showered. Hell, he used to come over and be like, okay, I get that she's sleeping, but can we please wake her up? I brought her a new toy. He never did, but God, he wanted to. Can't wait until he has kids and I can load them up with sugar and loud/annoying toys right before home time. She didn't want you to take care of the baby. She wanted you to keep an eye on the baby. As in, make sure baby is okay and safe and not convulsing while C's takes that quick shower. Iter. Edit. Thanks for the upvotes, but holy yes **** you all mean in the replies. No wonder be civil as a rule. My roommate had a baby, and I watch her child when she needs to shower or eat. Yeah, it's not my responsibility, but also, it's not a big deal. It's not like she asks me to feed, burp, change, and put him to sleep. You just look at the baby. LMAO. Is the baby breathing? Cool, move on. Iter. And I'm so tired of people thinking it's not my responsibility/obligation means I do not need to care about/help/be kind to other people. Grow up. Sadly a common attitude on Reddit, especially Iter. Very individualistic, unforgiving, everyone for themselves attitude. It plays better online than real life. Iter. I'm glad that you're not my sister. Sounds like Op hates their sister. Iter. Wow, you couldn't even just keep an eye out for 10 minutes so she could freshen up. It's not like she said she was going out for a few hours. Chances are the baby would have been asleep the whole time, and if not, she's right there in the bathroom. You just gotta yell the potato screaming, I don't know what to do, come get it. Literally that's all this mom wanted, was to take a shower and have someone warn her that the baby was awake. Every time I showered home alone, while my infant was asleep, I could swear I heard him crying, and would turn the shower off to listen. Itter. Do you have any idea what happened to her body when she had her baby? She is still healing, and something as simple as taking an uninterrupted 10-minute shower can be the mood stabilizer, or a fresher she needs to get through the day or next couple of days. I hope your sister keeps that same energy the next time you need a small favor. I 100% agree with you. It's shocking and sad that Op is not willing to do such a little favor for her sister. Yes, it's not your responsibility. So you are 19 years old and your mom is legally not responsible for you, but will always help you out and be a support system if you have a healthy family dynamic. But your mom is still supporting you? But you can't help out your sis or you mom? Did your sister not ever help you growing up? Well, what was so important that you couldn't be bothered? I just don't have words. My 6 years old grandchild will keep an eye out for her 12-week sis when mom takes a shower. It's the sweetest sister moment. Be kind, life is too short. My thoughts exactly. Op can take but won't give. Itter. Watching a sleeping baby for 5 minutes won't hurt you and will give your sister a chance to recuperate. If it was your baby you would expect her to help you. She'll probably say that she's gonna be child free. Itter. If you can't be a contributing part of your family, move out. You're not the baby anymore, grow up. Wow, Itter, and a huge one at that. Let's hope you never need such a tiny favor from anyone in your family, because if they are all as selfish as you, you're never getting any help. Your family is your responsibility. You sound like a huge brat. Grow TF up. Like it would kill you to keep an eye on your baby niece/nephew for 10 minutes so your exhausted sister could shower. Let's hope you never need such a tiny favor from anyone in your family. I imagined this. Hey, can you grab me a plate from the shelf, please? No, it is not my responsibility. You are the one who wants to eat, not me. But you don't have to serve me food or cook for me. You could just give me the plate while I do X, Y, Z. No. Wow, I get that you're only 19, but girl, you are one selfish asshole. Check yourself or you will end up alone in this life if you keep up this shit. Itter. The baby is more mature than you. Actually, lol. Itter. Someday if you have kids, hope your sister doesn't remember this. Even if she does, I'm sure she'd be the bigger person as a grown woman with adorable newborns. The siren call of watching a newborn sleep would overpower my desire for petty revenge were I in big sister's position some years in the future. Itter. I'm child free too, but why are you so bitter about looking out for a sleep and nibbling for 20 minutes? Child free doesn't mean child hater. I think Op has read all the posts on here about people dropping off babies for hours on end, which usually gets the poster a lot of support with this situation, which would have just required her to show a tiny hit of decent humanity for 10 minutes. Itter. Op literally had to do nothing other than be aware of a sleeping baby that was unlikely to wake up in the time they had a bare minimum of responsibility. They could read, played a game, made a phone call, just about anything, sort of banged practice, and that baby was fine. Unless Op has severe jealousy issues over attention or really dislikes her sister for reasons not explored, I'm not seeing where their entitled rage comes from. This wasn't a big ask, my sister. Jealous for sure. She is not the baby of the family anymore. Itter. You sound astronomically immature for your age. Immature yet self-righteous. Op. Itter. Asterisk YOU''RE technically correct. You didn't have a baby, so it's not a responsibility you chose to take on, but that doesn't make you less of an Itter for not being willing to help your sister out. You've clearly not noticed how much help you get from your parents. If family stopped helping you, you'd have no roof over your head, no food, no furniture, no clothes, no love. You are technically correct, the worst kind of correct. Genuinely hope your mom kicks you out, since you're 19 now and not a responsibility anymore. I was just turning 19 around when my sister had her first kid, and at the time I was going through some serious shit. I had just gotten out of a very bad relationship and soon after started to develop severe agoraphobia. Those things lead to me having no choice but to move back in with my parents, and like Op, my mom helped watch my sister's kid whenever she needed it. I was terrified of being alone with her at the time because I hadn't had much experience with kids. Being the younger sibling as well as the agoraphobia had my anxiety at an all-time high. Despite that, when my sister was over and my mom was working in her home office and my sister wanted more than anything a 10-minute nap, I watched her. All I had to do was sit in proximity to her crib that I could hear if she cried and peek in on her every now and then. I ended up letting my sister sleep for half an hour because I could tell she needed it. Being a new parent is hard. If I could do that with all the crippling anxiety, who seems to show no actual fear, irrational or not, of being in charge of a child, just a strong aversion to them, could certainly have spared 5 minutes. Is 100% the asshole. She probably gets no sleep these days being a new mom and you can't watch your niece for all of 10 to 15 minutes. Grow up. All you had to do was listen for a baby for a few minutes while your sister took a shower. Also, you're 19 years old and living with your mother, but have this kind of not my problem attitude? You need to check yourself. But I feel like this isn't gonna sink in for you until you have a child of your own. Seriously? You had to ask? You literally could have sat on the couch on your phone with the little blob in front of you and just glanced at it. Instead you chose to act like a jerk. Yeah, is the R. What would you have to do? Literally nothing, just make sure the sleeping baby is safe. Sounds very selfish in this instance. I would personally help anyone in this situation. It's 10 minutes of your time. I can't decide what's more frustrating. The fact that you actually posted this, or your absolute ignorance in how you treat others.